Terrorblade building Battle Fury. We're all like, all right, I don't know. Because he got that Battle Fury at, I think it was 1830, and from there, he actually got S&Y like 5 minutes later. 90% of his hero damage was after the 25-minute mark, largely because he was allowed to go that very greedy build-up, felt no pressure for the next 7 or 8 minutes, and all of a sudden he shows up with that second item to fights, and he's already hitting people.
I guess it starts making sense when we think about Lich, why they picked it, right? They just wanted to stall the game out so that he could farm.
And they don't really have any heroes for Liquid unless you're just running out with aggressive song. They actually didn't have like those to hunt you when they're pushing. They mostly had like kind of 5-man push.
I think what's really interesting to me from a human view is that when you look at the two teams in their respective booths right now, they're both quite serious, both quite concerned right now. There's not one team kind of buoyed by the last game or buoyed by the fact that they won the first game. It's pretty serious.
I mean, the game ended and Miracle was still like smiling and laughing. Yeah. These two teams, they have a lot of respect for each other.
And they've also been on the stage. That's what makes them. I mean, Matu ain't worried,
He's kind of bored.
No, he knows he's just playing Razor again, right?
He's like, I'm Razor, I Razor or Viper.
We were talking, Cap and I, just before just after the break, actually, about the heroes that haven't been picked and who we might see come out of that pool.
I'll send Bristleback.
I said, because there are a couple of teams left that do play the Bristle.
I honestly think
Ace used to play.
But the likely ones are probably, what, Shadow Demon?
Shadow Demon is the big one for me.
Magnus, maybe?
I could see Mag.
Maybe see one Mag, maybe a Silencer?
Shadow Demon, Mag, Silencer, and Phoenix. I know that secret like Phoenix. Fada really likes to play that hero.
We're not going to say, maybe Huskar is the other one, isn't it? You might get a cheesy pick. Huskar 5.
Liquid banned Pugna.
Wow. Respect.
He's like, are they just going to pick Razor then? If they pick Razor, we get Terrorblade +1. If they don't pick Razor, we're going to take the Razor.
Correct.
Yeah. What happened to our boy Gyrocopter? He was all the rage.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers don't look that bad, but I just felt like first phase Gyro was getting... Even when it won, they weren't winning because of the Gyro.
I mean, even like, 3-4.
Okay.
They left the Rubik.
Well, I mean, the first pick Yapsor hero worked out in the last game.
Sure did. He owned the game.
Yeah, that was an MVP performance, wasn't it?
And it's, he was really, really, really good. I will not take one iota away from that, but the ability of the team to be in follow up on non-trivial as well.
We got the change.
Okay. And the Chen, this is, again, it's a hero that's been getting banned a lot, especially against Heat and Liquid. They don't always pick it. But it is so much, the common denominator in the first 2 games has been so much about tempo. And I think the Chen is a great hero in terms of forcing the tempo.
I'm just happy already that we get to see a Yapso. And they take
that. Decent event so far.
Okay.
They take Fada's bat very early.
5 out of 6 so far.
Something you commented though on the give Fata a good game.
Well, we'll see if he does have a good, because they could still pick up the other support and a different core to match up against that.
Well, yeah, the core is the big deal, right? That's one of the big concerns with Batrider, that there are just the cores that dumpster him so hard in lane. The Weaver, the Lifestealer, the Slark. Now 2 of those, not meta at all.
Why'd you chuckle there, Cal? Because that zoom in on Puppy.
Get into the mind of Puppy.
It really was trying to.
I would be a bit concerned if, like, say, I know some teams were big on the actually beat Razor, even though the laning phase is bad. If, like, Razor gets banned and their line scary on the Terra.
They're also setting up this Terrorblade to have a beautiful game, banning Timberstone now as well, and on top of that, Pugna in the first phase. Yeah. Make Terrorblade shine.
Well, there have been at least a couple of games of this tournament, the one against the Optic Broodmother, where Liquid have basically done exactly what Secret did in the last game and said, okay, we've got a Terrorblade. If we can just hold out, eventually he's going to give us at least a chance to win. And of course, or he could buy Rapier and end the game in 1 minute.
Sand King and Beastmaster, I think, are like the 2 heroes that I think are most enabled by Chen.
SK ban
in this
of
current
course.
patch.
I think Beastmaster is the one hero that we haven't seen that I expected. That hero is just really, really good, even without the coddle.
The big teams that play it, though, it does get banned a lot versus them.
True.
That's
No, that's part of why I thought that this tournament was more wide open. Is the regional metas qualifiers recently were so much more different.
and Dragon Knight too.
If Razor's on the table, I mean, I think Liquid can still take it for sure.
Bat's good versus.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But I wouldn't put it past them picking him. I think this is more likely a Matu Viper game than the Bat.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Then they can group up.
And it's an early game focus hero.
And they do
there's
take out
the
that beast.
Beastmaster ban. Yeah. Just that. More that I think of it, there's so much in the pool that gives that problem. You got the Abaddon in the LC2. You got the Venge, which Liquid can still run as a support. I guess Kuro's their Chen player. Probably not. Although I don't know. They ran mind control on what was essentially a support Vengeful Spirit the other night. Okay.
Doesn't give Rubik any good spells to steal. He pretty much has like Sunder.
You don't like mini Terrorblade?
I mean, mini
Yeah,
Terrorblades.
the
And
Morpheus
the Chen spells are okay. They're a bit weird. Do the Undying again.
Okay.
Maybe
There
they're
are
doing
several really big team fighters that would make, but it would at least ensure that.
I think they want to.
I
think with the Undying, they want to do like what, dual pressure with the Bat Rider to shut down
Yes.
the Terrorblade.
So then they have to put the Terrorblade in mid, and they have to get like said it earlier. Never. I think they
Lifestealer.
have to do that, right?
I think Lifestealer could
have
be an
to
option
dodge.
for Matu. Lifestealer
Yeah.
versus Undying and Bat in the lane.
We've already got one vehicle in yours.
I think surely dual PL terribly. PL is still on the board, and he does give the.
I think it's like Lifestealer or Viper for Matu. I think they want something that just doesn't. That can just make.
Yeah. Okay. If that. Yeah. All right.
The puck.
I don't think they've committed to where the puck is going. More than likely offline, would you say?
I think because of the Chen, it is very much enabled. Here. Gives you early game, gives you initiation. And I believe it doesn't give you the same kind of pressure that Sand King and Beastmaster does, but like Puck still gives you that combo.
Oh my.
Visage.
Yep. First Visage pick secret this year. Hero that we've seen on the rise recently. 5K plus pubs. Highest winning, I believe.
I don't think you're
This one?
threatened by the Chen Puck aggro if you're the Ace Visage. Visage almost feels like a dead lane hero to me because of how tanky he gets from Gravekeeper's Cloak. And then in this case, you don't have like that clear initiating stun, so he slows you down and runs.
So with the Visage, do we still have the possibility of keys for either side here? Worried at all about Broods in the meat post?
I guess
so.
the Drow could have been, Liquid Drow
Okay,
Ranger.
Yeah.
That's what happened at DreamHack. Liquid actually were the one Drow, and they got under. The mid one here.
It's a hard start for a Tinker game. Same goes with OD. So those traditional mid counters to
Is the
TB are
Medusa
a
fit
little.
here?
Maybe. Do we know? Are we sure that Ace is their Visage player? I guess he's like a micro intensive player.
He's the
anyway.
micro guy. That's
So,
the only,
yeah.
that's why we would think it, but I
Okay.
guess it could.
I've seen it.
Okay. I was reasonably sure that was going to be the case, but I wanted to double. I mean, not for the ear spirit, it'd be good mid 138.
Really burning on.
Oh, OD for secret.
That's what I
Mid
was
1
saying.
OD.
But I think it's still.
Oh, did you say that? I'm sorry.
The pressure from the early? A little
Yeah, they
difficult.
they
like
still
you could
ban
still,
the-
like those are still traditional. Fairblades.
Yeah.
They
so I
still
don't think
ban the Viper. So that
Yeah.
does that mean that the Visage mid? I mean, Viper is one of those heroes that makes not break the Gravekeeper's Cloak. You don't even have to break it. Your spells just net. Matu hero.
Sure.
This.
They need someone who wins them the game right now.
Yes. Exactly.
These other heroes, they can fight, they can do all that. But
could have, like,
as
a
for ending
Visage.
the game,
Oh, Lycan for secret.
if they
That's gross.
they can into deep.
yeah, that's really bad.
Okay, and
They do the
secret
venge.
will take the venge. Yeah.
So early game pressure.
Do you know? I just noticed so much in these drafts how the tempo shifts dramatically in the last couple of. I think that's the mark of a great draft.
Pick for Liquid to round out the draft.
Gyro feels pressured by the bench. And that was a good Gyro versus stuff.
But so many of the other Matu heroes are either out or countered. I don't think you want Lifestealer. Lone Druid feels too slow going along with the Terrorblade. Oh, there's the Brute. Okay. So you always have to watch cheese with those two teams.
Does Brood create
Can
enough
they
space
deal
in
with-
this game for Terrorblade?
Can they deal with Brood and Lane though?
Genuine concern on some faces among the Team Secret players there. And a little bit of concern, I'm sure, on our panel members because it's time for them to choose. Adam, we'll start with you.
I am not sure they can deal with the Broodmother and Lane. I'm gonna go Liquid.
Do you think they match Broodmother against?
Reverse Visage.
They try and get.
They're gonna try to get that.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yes,
try and get
yeah.
that, and in turn you try and get that versus Brood setup.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Who can dodge? This is one of the hardest drafting calls I've ever seen.
say secret.
Broodmother. Liquid.
All right, okay. Very tough draft to analyse. Very tough draft to figure out. These two men have definitely put their mental acumen against each other. Talking of good mental acumen, we've got a couple of men in the caster booth. Are you ready for this game 3?
I'm ready. Blitz is the mental side of this pairing.
I'm
Yeah.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
yeah.
The panel's split, so we get what we wanted, right? We get a game 3 when no one's certain who the victor is.
Hard. Panels. You have 2 seconds. And we have to start talking about it. Last game, I had the benefit of being draft.
Yep.
And give you my opinion. But I wins this is definitely gonna win, and whoever loses is the worst team of all time.
And obviously have roster changes coming
Yeah,
very
they need
soon.
to. They need. There's no way in between. Even though it's a game 3 and it could have gone either way.
Yep.
This is a definitive statement that I feel very comfortable making.
It's at this point, like, obviously the captains just have kicked themselves from the team
Yeah.
because both Kuro and Puppy are obviously the biggest weakness in absolutely everything.
Crazy. Whoever wins, I'm just saying, has the best drafter, and whoever loses shit draft Please leave my game.
Yeah. Winner of this wins TI. All right.
Which one?
That's the open end, right? I can never be wrong. TI 25, everybody. TI 25. All right, so Team Secret looking to get very aggressive early on. A 5-man smoke gank right into the Radiant jungle. They're going to slip between the towers as well. Yapzor is the man leading the way all the way through. It is a Matubba mid Broodmother, but they're coming. But look at the Watchman. GH has the hill right above Yapzor. The smoke will break him. He's on the other side of the tree line, and they're running. GH rolling boulders away, breaks the tree. And they just want to get the hell out of here. He even leaves an aggressive Observer Ward behind on his trip. Team Secret hoping for something, but they get nothing. But how's our lanes looking? So we have Kuro on the Chen up near the top. Miracles around there. Matubbaman's going to be playing the mid lane. At least mind control for the bottom lane as the puck. And then, of course, the roaming GH, who's currently playing around with Fada at the moment. He's just... Actually, he's more than playing. Like, he rolling boulder initiates in. That's 2 points up a sticky napalm. Rubik's TPing in. He's got to be quick to get the telecom. He's grabbed. No, he had to walk around the tree line. If he cut through with the tango, maybe he had the range, but Yapzor not going to go his way. The last laning is Ace. He's going to TP down to bottom lane, and then that leaves mid one up on top as the VS. And here they go once more. Rolling boulder forward. Yapzor's going to come in close. He's not going to be able to... Actually, he will pick up GH. 2 sticky napalms once again, but this isn't going to go his way.
Yeah. In a matchup of 2 of the best 4 positions in the world, with signature heroes on either side, GH, he's going to strike first blood. Not the kill, but at least does a lot of damage early on.
This seems to be what Team Secret were looking for, right? Like, Fada, he's no stranger to the mid lane, but it's the Brood versus Batrider matchup that Secret were looking for. How do you actually play this as well? Like, do you Firefly it? Do you Flame Break with sticky napalm? Like, how do you combat the Broodmother if you're the Batrider?
You just make sure that he can never get on top of you as Ace at bottom.
He's really low.
Doesn't have a salve on him either. This is pretty obnoxious to deal with. Cool. 3 to CS. Yapzor can't really amount of damage. Doesn't really have the regen. That Kangle's only no salve on him either. Is Puppy up at top.
As Miracle going in, GH rolling boulders forward, just got to keep that slow up. The stun from mid one now puts him in harm's way, making a break for the tree line. To Kaiser here, mid one, can't get enough damage as Kuro brings in the tomato, trying to get in front of Puppy and body block up his former teammate. The kick will fly in. There is no clap available, and Puppy will think to turn. Hard to kill off Hero considering he is walking around with 1,000. Life doesn't help him. Double kill for him.
And Miracle at 280 HP, but it doesn't really quite matter as the Tango, as a result, is healing him up for so much.
Puppy's coming in again for another run. There's mid one. Oh, trouble behind the lines. It's a 2-man decay potentially. A kick, a triple kill for Miracle. And they can go again. Looking over towards Puppy, there's an entire Radiant creep wave on his tail. Rolling boulder in 1 second time. GH is waiting for the right time. Here comes your tombstone. Where's that line? GH, he knows he wants it to be perfect, and he won't. In fact, he's just staying here to kill off the tombstone on the cliff.
And meanwhile, as that happened, our Obs, JJ, the real MVP of this tournament so far, did catch the tail end of that as Matubbaman went down to Fada. Very nice matchup there.
How long does this last, though? When Matubbaman then sends an army of Spiderlings and Fada is now just dropping so quickly.
I wonder how that happened. I imagine he just abused the turn rate, couldn't really do too much as controlling this bottom lane. Had some success early, but with the help of Yapzor, Ace getting a little bit of control is... Liquid, as usual, they're going to devote a lot of their attention to just helping out their real carry, form a Miracle on the Terrorblade. We saw what he could do if he gets any sort of good lane.
Yep. It's like Yapzor's the man putting in charge of keeping the mid lane at bay. That looks so weird on mind control all the time with that cosmetic. It looks like he's got a double damage rune always active. Trying to get the rift onto Ace and slowly tick him down. Only ends up giving 1 charges over to Ace, but he has burned his last tango. A little bit more of an even trade-off in the lane. This top lane aggression, I'm not really feeling it. Like, mid one and Puppy together after being dived and having that Chen influence with the rotations, it doesn't seem to be the dream start, but are you still okay with this if you're Secret? Like, the gold advantage is going the way of Team Liquid. It's just shy of 1,000. 4 minutes in. Do you still feel like you're getting enough out of the lanes?
From Secret's end?
Yeah.
I think they're okay with it. 3 kills to 1 and you're only down by like barely a K. It's not the worst thing in the world for Liquid would really prefer Terrorblade to be a better spot when it comes to last hits. He's only got 9.
9-1. Obviously, the Broodmother's going to get a crap ton in the mid lane. 20-8 Broodmother.
Triple kill at least keep them solvent for the time being. They're okay with that. Relatively even start so far, though.
Well, he is number 1 on the network, so even the CS is down, he's the first one to crack 2K.
Just a game 3 similar to game 2.
That'll be nice.
That,
Kuro's looking for a hunt. At the same time, they're right on top of that dire observable. They may think during the nighttime phase the Puppy's vision is a little more restricted. But they are definitely coming for a jump. Yapsaw's here, Puppy's in the neighborhood. As Kuro backs out. Got a large amount of damage from both the Hadouken creep as well as from the troll trap.
they managed to grab the ward too. Was about to fade anyway, so Secret won't be too sad about that, but...
Liquid lose their own as well. Bit timed out, however.
I'm a man. Making his move on a Fada. Gotta be careful though. Have some levels of calm on him as those.
That's why I'm always wondering, like the Broodlings can just run out of the Firefly. Like, is it sometimes worth to go higher points up in the Flame Break?
It's okay, you get at least one so that you can bounce him back, but Kuro not paying attention to his creeps for a second.
Either that or he's baiting with his creeps.
Purple dude.
They're getting good information.
Purple unleashes.
Yep, Troll Trap as well. Here comes your Rolling Boulder into the Undying. He's still got Decay available. Drops a Tombstone down with Soul Rip and Decay. 10 ticks charges. Puppy gets back to safety. Barda dies in the meantime in the mid lane as Brute went underneath the tier 1 tower. They kill him in the tree line.
JJ caught that at the tail end of that.
This is the reason why he's got, I think he's got 9 monitors watching every single lane.
Yeah,
Puppy's in trouble, and goodbye, Puppy. Nope, don't pick up. Yapsa wants to create some space, but now he gets Troll Trap up as well. A Miracle, so much damage. Here comes your Rolling Boulder once more. Yapsa, so low. GH as well.
They might just die for this.
Thinking about coming back in for mid one. He's the only hero that's, like, he's only died, actually no, he's died twice up on this top lane out of the 6 kills of Liquid.
GH being sent back, but mid lane, look at Matama Man's dive.
So deep. Here comes, finally, okay, Yapsol wants him. Pick him up, throw him back in again with the AoE stun. This could be some good Broodlings dead as the Fadeball just continues to bounce through, but no tier 1 tower available anymore. Hence the dive is so easy.
Brood is doing so much right now on the map for Liquid. All of a sudden that lead has now jumped to 3k.
3.5k of that is from just the Broodmother alone. The nearest to him is Ace, so the Visage has to start doing something more. He does have his birds up in the air. And how do you do this with a Visage? Like, what's the point of the Visage? You don't just pick this thing for no real reason. Like, how is he meant to be the critical part of Secret?
I'd imagine it's just because...
This'll help.
Hold that
Pick
thought.
him up. Where's the stomps? Mind control, phase shifts, and okay. He'll go down. Rolling Boulder up on top. GH, a perfect double kick. Mid one and Puppy getting caught out, while mid one silence. He needs to get a stun up. Not going to happen. The Tombstone drops down by Puppy. A Miracle. Maybe he wants to start running away from this one. Fada's rotated into the lane, and the Centome is already happening. So, expecting nerf to this more than I'm expecting a nerf to Storm Spirit. Chen sent back.
Do you think that needs a nerf? Chen just got back in the pool. Hold your horses. As Matama Man, he's gonna beat away at this tower.
Oh, Yapsol, goodbye.
Are you?
With a pickup, and he throws it
nice
in,
throw.
so we can go for mid one underneath the tower. But we've seen Broodmothers already diving very, very deep in the early game.
This is a massive problem that he's able to just dive under the tier 3, and they need to rotate 2 other heroes to try to help out. Very reminiscent of the game that VP played with Brood earlier on in the tournament with Ramses. Now, Liquid off to a similar start. They own the Triumvirate. This is one of the best farming circles in the game. Are able to hit the aim quite easily as well.
And Visage need to do something about this. Has picked up the Dominator as the first item on the Visage.
Here's the problem right now for Liquid. It's like, when they look the best, it's because they have these 3 cores that are all succeeding at the time. When you turn your attention to this Puck, you can't really gank him. You turn your attention to this Brood. Okay, sure, you're going to have to rotate 3 heroes minimum to try to kill him. And if you do that, then, well, look at top.
Yep, they're looking to fight. Fortification buys some time. Puppey, under the cover of Invis, is just walking in. You've got Visage coming in through the rear as well, so Ace wants to fight. There's a pressure resummon of the birds.
Sacrifice
They'll have that
GH.
damage, and GH, he wants to beat the sacrifice with the Firefly down. They'll sacrifice the Chen army as well as GH, as well as Kuro. So both the supports going down, but hey, in middle lane, but Tubberman starts attacking the tier 2 tower. Batrider will come in. It's the end of the
That is
Firefly, but
damage.
so much damage! How many spiders are there?
That is an unexpected amount, as Fada just found out. You never really know until you get hit. That's like 60.
You can't
No
even,
exaggeration.
You can't even click them all. Like there's no way, even as an observer, to count how many spiders are there. As Yapsol still on the run, the spiders are right behind him. At least the Fable's
Look at
removed
this
some of the
dive.
damage from Matumberman. He cannot be stopped.
Yeah, go kill top. This is what happens to you in mid.
And it was only like a support trade-off as well on top. Like you took the Chen, you took the ES, and then Matumberman takes your tier 2 tower as well as your Batrider and your Rubik.
It's a beautiful thing to see. Like you can really sense the love
How
that GH has for Miracle. You know, he rolls in and he's like, "Take me instead."
I thought you were gonna be like real masochistic about that.
No, it's like a-
no, it's the Brood Mother killing everyone in the mid. That's such a beautiful sight to see.
No, that one was rough. I feel for everyone that has to play against Brood, but this is getting a little bit ugly here. It's 10 minutes in.
Is this when you just ob sentry the mid lane, you start committing more heroes to this? But then again, you've got to keep the Terrorblade down, right? But he's still sitting at the second highest net worth at 5.5, 5.6k.
This is a pick your poison kind of situation. It's similar to game 1 where if you gank one, well, there are 2 other cores that are succeeding in life right now. And
Here
Secret.
comes Ace, going after GH. Can't get the stun off on him as he's just rolling boulders away.
Yeah. You notice, by the way, though, GH, like continuing on that theme, he pushes aggressively forward to guard Miracle at all times. Like, this is something that a lot of people don't notice about Liquid, is that GH, it goes beyond the saves and the kicks and everything. It's that he's always going to make the aggressive move forward to scout ahead for his Terrorblade, to pop smokes, pop these rotations, to make sure. That's why it feels as though Miracle's so difficult to gank. It's because he's got a layer of protection around him at all times. There's some kind of support that's going to tank these ganks for him that allow him to succeed. It doesn't just come down to, oh, Miracle owns the game. It's that his supports consistently put him in this kind of
Speaking of
position.
Miracle, initiated on. He's birds. They're not going to drop just yet. Not when Chen's right behind him. I also love Yapsor fighting back now with his own spiders. The supports are creating an army. Probably the best ability you can steal at the moment.
They're going to smoke up. They need to get something done on the map. They can 100% sense how far behind they are right now. It's already 9k. They know that they're not slowing down any of the 3 cores. This is a large issue, but they might just walk into Roshan and get quite a big pickup here.
Yeah, if they can, Chen's in the neighborhood, Wave of Terror flies in, but Matumba just walks over the hill, but they'll find Kuro. He's got double stuns available. Matumba wants to come back into the fight. Puppey, in the midst of it all, gets kicked by GH. He does have a soul rip. There's so many units around there, but it won't matter when VS is trapped inside the Dream Coil. Batrider at least gets some kind of rebuttal as Miracle, who has his streak being ended.
There's just zombies everywhere.
Yeah, and so many spiders. I think half of them belong to Yapsor. They fight forward, going towards GH. The spiders are really fighting back. They can go back in for Roshan. As Team Liquid, they actually lose a couple of heroes. Mind Control just orbs over the top.
That is so many spiders. I think they can actually do this with this.
They're trying to kill Roshan.
This is how
You have
come back into the
Terrorblade
game.
back up. He's we've got a TP already on the way out. That puck damage, Fada on the back lines. He got silenced up, but it's not going to be enough. He still takes to the air, and these familiars, they're hunting the Brood Mother. They want to keep the chain stuns going. Meanwhile, a little bit further to the north is Mid One in real trouble, surrounded by 3 heroes. He cannot get himself out of it. And now Liquid with 5 heroes want to battle around Roshan. Ace stands his ground against Matumberman. He takes the damage. He's fine for this one as well, as they continue just to battle forward. Vada magnetized. The Soul Rip cannot keep him alive, and Yapsor got a stray rock to the back. He wants to move down, but he just doesn't have the movement for it. Now his Team Secret with a couple of heroes on the sidelines. Firefly is going to come off cooldown. But I think it's too late to actually contest Roshan.
Yeah.
They're all leaving.
When they could contest, it was off the back of a very nicely placed tombstone from Puppey, and just the sheer amount of spiders that Yapsor had managed to build up. I don't think Liquid expected that at all. Miracle got surrounded. A lot of people's worst nightmares. now get the Roshan 8k gold lead. Secret, that was a semi-successful fight. Not quite what they were hoping for. They really wanted was the Roche themselves, but no way that Liquid was going to give that up, as they know that the ward is placed.
It gave more value to Ace, probably more than anything else. The fact that he was able to survive through all of that, like there's 2 kills to his name, he's now 3rd on the net worth board.
Ace still hits quite hard, but TP is on the other team this time around.
Yeah, it's, that's the downside. And mid 1 feels like he's got no presence. He's actually got less net worth than the Rubik. And here comes the Broodlings. Mid 1, perfect time to TP out. The kick! Oh, it's in a fraction of a second before the TP was going to complete!
Yeah, the timing on that was...
Oh boy.
Alright.
Yeah.
It is getting rough out here.
I think Mind Control's thinking about a jump on bottom. He wants to put that Blink Dagger and Dream Call to use. Tier 2 tower is gone. The bottom lane is the only remaining outer towers for Team Secret. They have to be able to hold the line. And it's not like they have the counter which we saw being played before when we had Liquid versus Optic, or Keeper of the Light, early blast points, just held back the wave.
The problem with this game for Secret is that in the last game, being able to hold high ground meant that they had the late game. They were able to hold the high ground and play that kind of style because they had the late game.
But now it's late game versus Terrorblade.
Exactly, and that's why you're seeing them... In the last game, they just held and they chilled. But in this game, you're seeing them go for these aggressive smokes because they realize, well, I don't think we win the late game either. And if we don't win the late game, and we're not winning this laning phase, well, what is our lineup meant to accomplish?
Yep. They have to try and fight. There's no other way around it. So Ace, he comes down the bottom lane. Yapsor's going to hold in the tree line. Undying also in the neighborhood. But Mind Control's not going to take this one. And if they do want to just hold this line, Matumba's happy, right? Like, he's farming the entire Dire jungle. Terrorblade's now up to level 11, just about to crack 10k worth of net worth, 16 minutes into the game. They need that instant control on Mind Control, but how do you do that? Like, even mid 1 needs a projectile stun. Yapsor's the only one. The Mind Control will jump in, orbs into the tree lines, the familiars looking for him. They need the first stomp, there it is, second stomp, magic missile, follow-up, Mind Control will drop. And the tier 1 tower will follow through, so that's it. I'll wait for Mind Control to be aggressive.
You need these little by little. This is how you're going to come back into this game. It's not going to be any big sweeping motions. It's going to be these mini pickoffs that hopefully lead into more. They were able to get a tower off that too.
It's a 900 gold swing and 1100 experience swing, yeah. So it works.
You don't need a lot of them.
Barter's got some information. Invis room, Broodmother's just sitting up on the roof, and Sentry Ward. There's your Firefly up. They need to get that lasso. And the Spiderlings as well want to try and come back down again. Ace got sniped out in the meantime, but that perfect magic missile, Broodmother goes down, but it's only for the Aegis of the Immortal.
You go high ground if you're Liquid?
Well, they just burned Tombstone, so it may be a good idea. They got a minute opportunity.
There's no Firefly either.
You have Fade Bolt and Illusionary Orb, so Yapsor can push that wave back by himself.
I think Liquid just runs in though.
There's the Illusionary Orb, Fade Bolt. There's a couple of spiders to that as well.
Okay, they were like, okay, we have the same idea, Blitz, and then they immediately turned tail there.
It's like, this doesn't work. Also fun to watch Yapsor pick up a different item his burst, instead of like that straight up Blink initiation, going for a Yule Scepter on the Rubik.
Survive right now. I don't know, they need a lot of things to survive right now.
Just working on a little bit to help the team. Like, poor Puppy can't really do much.
This is maybe the poorest I've seen mid. Personally, anyway. He's still got the mango because, I mean, why not? Like, when you're that far behind, and mango is a significant item in your inventory. Rough for you.
Smoke gank is on. Yapsor trying to use that 460 movement speed to get initiations.
Need to defend this bottom tower. They're hoping to catch somebody from Liquid unawares, but
they're already backing up, and I'm not certain if they did actually scout it out, but there was an observer board which was catching just the very edge of one of the team's team players when they smoked.
They might find Mind Control here too if they can get the lift.
Yapsor's going to follow him with the Illusionary Orb, but Mind Control's going to Blink Dagger. We can't keep up with that. Even a double damage rune now for Terribly. Yeah, she's leaving it there for a bit.
Merlini wants me to do that. It's illusory orb.
Ah! Ben, go back to retirement.
I remember he used to get so upset whenever you said illusionary.
Yeah. Shit happens. It's Orb, right?
Okay, we'll accept that. The Lee Wu clan will accept.
Yeah, when are you gonna join your house?
Another time, Toby. A discussion to be had off stream. BKB almost complete though on this brood.
Intercept is also approaching for Ace. I'm not certain if that's going to be like the biggest upgrade for him though.
Alright, well Chen just passed the bench. If you just blank this right now, you'd say, wow, mid one's playing mid Rubik?
No.
But no, that is in fact...
He's playing support. Like, we're actually going back to the old school days where Rubik was the mid laner.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, you just tuned in right now, you'd be... We are not used to mid one put position.
That point when mid one has to start sacrificing himself. And like, is that also when you think about the Shadowblade build? Like, if this is actually the way to go? Because he doesn't have enough damage, so you just turn him into like full utility and just give the power to Yapsor.
100%. He just goes for Shadowblade and looks for... It's one of the best items at increasing his damage for cost. And it allows you to get the burst off. Neon Miracle has got one component of it. Hard anyway. We're gonna go for a Lincoln so that he stops Yapsor's immediate lift, and he's gonna be the one sent to deal with these waves. Probably the most expendable out of everyone is Mind Control.
Oh my god, he just jumped straight in. If Yapsor can get the telekinesis grab, then Mind Control is dead, and there's the grab. Mind Control is dead, support's coming in. It's the double damage Terrorblade. Run, Ace, run! Your support is gone. I mean, your mid laner is gone. Poppy's turning around. They still have a fair amount to fight with. As Miracle, he's got Sunder and 17 one charges, and they want to keep fighting because top lane, but Tubberman was pushing mid one. And mid one cannot defend this by himself.
Dota though.
Yeah, he's staying around a very long way. He's got no maneuverability items apart from movement speed of drums.
So to just tank up a little bit. I've seen Batriders do this. He doesn't want to just get into the center of everyone. And I think he's actually sort of correct, Toby. Because if you imagine in this game, if he jumps mid one, or Miracle, he'll just die immediately. The Brutal will four-shot him while he's doing so.
So instead, try and at least give some kind of aura to your team that will allow them to survive.
Yeah, exactly. You have another initiation in the form. At this point, mid one will gladly sacrifice his life if it means that his swap will lead to a kill for on Team Liquid.
And then later on, they can think about their jump initiating items. Team Secret, just full defense. At least they've stemmed the bleeding. The graph is starting to flatline a little bit more at around 12 to 13k advantage. So the Aghanims is up now for the Visage. Putting the three familiars to work. Dewarding, split pushing. Adding some pressure to Team Liquid. And I don't even think it's like to say like, hey, well, we're just going to take this late game by split pushing out. It's to buy space for moments like this. The four-man smoke up by Team Secret, and they got a fantastic target. Oh, no, the swap range. He doesn't have it. You could see him start, and he just walked out of range.
He's so close to level 12 as well.
Oh.
That would have been the kind of kill that you get back into the game off of, because that would have led to the mid tower. You open up the map even more. These little moments that are not breaking Secret's way in this series.
Yeah. They really needed that. Even though the Manda style is on the Terrorblade, so it would have still been a very difficult target to kill. He would have been a lot easier than he is now. The BKB's coming out to Miracle.
Timing on that would have been perfect. Right before the BKB, they find him completely isolated alone.
It would have even slowed down the BKB by getting that kill. And taken the tier 1 tower, probably.
Now it's Liquid that go for the offensive smoke.
Yep. They know Roshan could spawn up sometime soon. It's 1 minute. Here comes the Broodmother right underneath them. The Tombstone is up, but Ace is the one that just gets obliterated in the mid lane. Puppy will follow up. That is a Dagon build over on the puck. And everyone is running home.
GH's Blink.
Can you reach anyone though? Batrider is the one underneath the Observer Ward. So yeah, GH Blink forward. Bada, drum charge. Wands is unfortunately for him sitting inside of his backpack, so he cannot use the charges. He switched it out so he can end up having the TP scroll instead. Matomman just BKBs and walks out. Going in very, very deep. It was the Dream Call of Rubik, which he actually snapped too. A little bit too deep there for Team Liquid.
Yeah, some of the buybacks, especially by Ace. This is going to force Liquid without any BKBs go in full retreat mode as mid one finally finishes up that Shadow Blade that he for, and Matama Man parked inside that Roshan pit. Next major
5 seconds to Roche.
last game.
They smoked up and they were just out of range of the observer ward. So Chen, where's this swap? 3 seconds is still on cooldown. They get stunned up on the way through as the Kuro army. The kick comes forward from GH, only connecting onto Ace. Roshan has just spawned up. Familiars need to do some work. Team Liquid, they smoke on their side of the river. That was very visible to Team Secret.
I don't think they were trying to hide that, Toby.
No, they really weren't.
Crimson Guard, though, completed on the Spat Rider. It's going to be very nice to play against both the Brute and the Terrorblade. But initiation is going to be the key here as mid one. He's going to walk in, see what he can get as one single Spiderling is going to scout out everything as Secret. This feels desperate.
They're starting. Team Liquid are just outside the door. Terrorblade will send an illusion. It's like they're trying to force the fight and then go onto a target. But the Chen army, the Spires, is too easy to scout. Roshan low, 1/3 of his life. They've still got issues with all these bloody Broodlings. The Fade Bolt will get rid of it.
Neither team willing to give this up. They know that this could potentially
swap.
be the game.
There it is, but Miracle! He got his BKB off in time, plus the Mana Style. So much damage incoming. Mid one will fall. The Bat Rider will follow directly after, and so will Ace. 3 huge heroes, 4 heroes for Secret gone. Yapsaw, the sole survivor to TP home. Team Liquid, that may have just sealed the deal.
That was a beautiful fight as Miracle. All he had to do was press BKB, hit Reflection. He's in the middle of 5 different heroes, Toby. They have no form of control available for him that will allow them to bring him down. So much damage on the side of Liquid. Very well executed draft. 22k up as they will start marching down. Ace has no buyback. Secret are now facing the inevitable tide of Liquid.
Yep. They're gonna get washed away at this rate. Yapsaw. He's looking, but there's not much he can do. He's got a Ghost Scepter for protection, plus the Yule Scepter. Poppy's looking at it too. Don't worry, you got a core alive. You got the Vengeful Spirit up and kicking, but your mid-racks down for the count. Team Liquid will rotate up towards the top. Bat Rider is also alive. Drum charge to burn. They don't have the Visage up just yet. Quick fortification, just trying to stall up some time. Metamorphosis has still got another 1/3 duration. GH! So good! The 3-man blink to kick, and that is most definitely the game. Team Secret have nothing more to fight with. Mid one can sit there invisible, but he's merely a scout just watching death. Even if they want to initiate in, Miracle still got Sunder. The tier 1 and tier 2 towers, the only thing that's slowing them down. Okay, no, it's not. They're just going to go straight in for the tier 4 towers, end this, and force the call out of Team Secret. Liquid want to advance, and they will advance, taking out Team Secret in a 2-1 matchup. They will get the semi-final match against VG Gaming. And also the appeal on the main stage here in Katowice.
Very good series. Very nifty drafting by Kuro. Very well done by them overall. All 3 lanes